With more joining us live now is Associate Professor for Australian National University Centre for European Studies, Matt Sussex. Matt, always good to see you. Thank you. 4 years on, as we saw there in that story, there seems to be no appetite from Russia to end this. Where do things go from here?
Yeah, well, nobody thought that we would ever get to 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 year anniversary now. It is starting, I think, probably to weigh on Russia just how long it can continue. A lot of the conventional wisdom has it that, the Russians have more people, so more ability to throw warm bodies into a meat grinder. But recently we've seen that Russian casualties on the front line have exceeded the Russian government's ability to replace them with conscripts. And so we're starting to get to a situation where appealing to Russians' patriotism to go and sign up and fight, and also appealing to Russians' hip pockets is less appealing than it has been in the past. Previously, the Russian government was offering 3 million rubles, about $55,000, to sign up as a sign-on bonus. And if Russia can't replace those losses, then the question has to arise, well, how long can it continue this war of attrition?
And what has the toll of 4 years of war been for both sides?
Well, I mean, on the Ukrainian side, the task of reconstruction won't be measured in years, it'll be measured in generations. There's been extraordinary damage and destruction, widespread destruction of cities, particularly in the east of the country, but also the north. And that's because urban warfare from the Russian playbook means basically razing cities and towns to rubble. And of course, the human toll has been terrible for Ukraine. Now, on the Russian side, estimates that 1.2 to 1.4 million Russians have been killed or wounded. Put another way, that's basically 1 in every 25 fighting age Russian males has been either killed or injured as part of this war. So it's something that will impact Russian society for a long time as well.
I mentioned the US is still insisting that it's best placed to end things. How would you characterise the relationship we're now seeing between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin?
Well, I mean, the Putin-Trump relationship seems to still be relatively strong, particularly since the American negotiation team tends to not completely repeat, but close to put on the table the Russian demands when negotiating with the Ukrainians. There may be a bit of concern for Vladimir Putin, though, that Trump doesn't seem to be cutting through with Zelensky, doesn't seem to be able to put as much pressure on as he used to. And that's probably partly because the United States now doesn't really provide any aid to Ukraine at all. It's all being done by the Europeans, by, of course, Australia, and by other nations contributing military hardware to Ukraine. So in that sense, I think perhaps the amount of leverage the United States has over Kiev is starting to fall, which raises that question of maybe, Donald Trump might not be the ideal person to broker a ceasefire in this war.
Professor Matt Sussex, always appreciate you joining us. Thank you.
Thanks, Ash.